So last week I was down on the farm and I went down there to get this extreme power jackhammer, and I wasn't sure how many of you, I asked the question, what do you think I'm getting the jackhammer for? And I was blown away by the response and how many of you guessed that the reason I was bringing this jackhammer up here was to knock out this wall, this little foundation, so that I can drive in here with, I don't even necessarily need to drive in. I just want to be able to drive to the point where I can set the IBC tote down and just back straight up. So there's just this old foundation of an outbuilding that we built this woodshed on. And when we built it, I didn't have a tractor, and I never thought that I'd be at the point someday where I would need to drive in here. But I think busting this out is going to make a huge improvement to the way I bring wood in to the woodshed. But a lot of people have been telling me I need to knock this little wall out, this little curb. And so when I asked the question, many of you said the reason I was getting the jackhammer was to do just that, bust this thing out. There is a crack right here, so I'm going to work off of that. I did bust a little bit out with the sledgehammer there, or the back end of the maul. So I did knock a little bit of that out. I'm going to get this jackhammer set up, and we're going to see how well it does taking this foundation out. Oh yeah. It's time to drop the hammer. Ooh. Oh. Oh. But I'm not sure if I'm using this properly when trying to remove a wall like this. I know when you're just trying to like bust up concrete, it just works to go straight up and down, but I don't know if I should be going in at an angle or horizontal, vertical. I don't know. All I know is, where is Shibe when you need him? All right, so it's time to take a little break. I need to go in and recharge. This is actually wearing me out quite a bit. So I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow. I'll show you guys what I got going on right there. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm just joking, but yeah, this jackhammer is a lot of work and my hands are a little vibrating. But anyway, it's the end of the day. I'm gonna pick this back up tomorrow. I did get quite a bit done. Well over halfway. So I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow, which will start right now. All right, so welcome back to day 2 of jackhammer action here out in the woodshed, removing that old foundation. I've been chipping away at it, pun, this afternoon here. And so the one thing I did do is I brought up the tractor bucket, and I should have did this yesterday, to throw in all the broken off pieces of concrete. So I think that I have this pretty much, I just have one little section right over there to break out yet. I'm gonna do that quick, and then I'm gonna throw the forks on, grab an empty tote, because I do have an empty tote available, and I'm just gonna bring it up here and see how it fits driving it in. So you might be looking at this and you might be saying, you know, that's not very wide, and I don't know if your tractor is gonna fit in there, but I don't necessarily need to drive all the way in. All I need to do is get the loader arms with the forks and a tote in there and set it down and then be able to back out. So like last year, I was able to get all the totes in here. I would just drive right up to this foundation. It's just that I had to then tilt the forks down and try to like slide the tote off of it, and it was just awkward. So I think this will help out a lot, having this, this foundation out of here to where I can just set the tote down and back right out. All right, so I think I may have now knocked out enough. I think this will allow me to get the forks in here. So that foundation actually came out, it's just a little bit under the ground here. I actually probably went down a little too low right here. So I'm gonna need to fill that in and kind of level this out. But somebody was giving me a hard time about all the wood chips and scraps that I have in the woodshed here. So I'll probably just rake some of those forward, just kind of fill that in just to make it level. All right, so I'm gonna take this bucket of busted up rock back to the ditch in the wood yard. I'm gonna put the forks on and bring an empty tote up here, and we'll see just how it fits. Oh, would you look at that? In and out, no problem, perfect. And now I can even, when these things are empty, come in and pick them up. All right, so that didn't work out too bad. You can see my tracks right there and right there. So like I said, I don't need to really drive in past this foundation or the old foundation. I just need to be able to drop the forks down and then back up. Oh, gonna have to move that hosta in the spring. I could maybe bust that out a little bit more and that one a little bit more. I'm gonna think about that for a second here, because that would make it a little easier to be able to drive in. But otherwise, I think that's gonna work out good. Senior's jackhammer did the trick. So I did end up cleaning up this edge a little bit more. Also threw some dirt down here. And on this side, same thing. So I do have a couple inches of clearance on both sides. So I am able to drive in right up there where I'd want to set a tote anyway. I can bring in one, set it down, get another one, bring that in and set that down, So 2 or 3 for sure. I'll easily be able to drive in here, drop them off, and come back and pick them up. All right, so I think that's gonna wrap up this little project of knocking out that wall and being able to drive in here now with totes or whatever, bringing wood into the woodshed. Took me 2 days after work here in the evening, so you know, it took me a couple days to hammer it out. But the jackhammer did the trick. My skill set with it may not have been up to par, but it got the job done, and that's all that matters. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.